Conversion is usually the seventh and last of the intentional torts taught in a 1L torts class. It is the third and last of the intentional torts affecting property. Like trespass to chattels, its purpose is to vindicate an owner's right to exclusive control of a converted chattel and to compensate him for the defendant's act of conversion. To reiterate what we covered in trespass to chattels, Black's Law defines a chattel as a movable or transferable property or personal property. Again, a chattel is any personal property not affixed to something. It could be a book, a desktop, or a horse trailer. Almost anything not attached to something else. Welcome to Roman Matters. This lesson will explore the intentional tort of conversion. We will cover how the tort is defined, examine its elements, and go over a few examples. A word of caution. This course is intended to answer academic questions only. These materials are intended to reinforce your legal education or to satisfy the curious layperson, not legal advice. And with that, let's get to it. The Restatement Second of Torts, Section 222A, subsection 1, states what constitutes conversion. It provides that conversion is an intentional exercise of dominion or control over a chattel, which so seriously interferes with the right of another to control it, that the actor may justly be required to pay the other the full value of the chattel. Stated more simply and concisely, to make a prima facie case for conversion, the plaintiff must show that the defendant acted to interfere with the plaintiff's chattel to such a degree as to warrant damages equaling the fair market value of the chattel at the time of the conversion. Section 222A, subsection 2, provides a list of 6 factors the court may utilize when determining the seriousness of the tortfeasor's interference in the plaintiff's chattel. It provides that in determining the seriousness of the interference and the justice of requiring the actor to pay the full value, the following factors are important. A. The extent and duration of the actor's exercise of dominion or control. B. The actor's intent to assert a right in fact inconsistent with the other's right of control. C. The actor's good faith. D. The extent and duration of the resulting interference with the other's right of control. E. The harm done to the chattel. F. The inconvenience and expense caused to the other. Let's dig into the critical pieces composing the definition. As in trespass to chattels, the defendant must intentionally engage in some act or behavior resulting in a substantial interference or dispossession of the plaintiff's property right in the chattel. Really, this requirement is integral to all intentional torts. Simply put, the tortfeasor must have acted with intent. The Restatement Second of Torts, Section 1, states that a person acts with the intent to produce a consequence if A. The person acts with the purpose of producing that consequence, or B. The person acts knowing that the consequence is substantially certain to result. In contrast to trespass to chattels, conversion requires that the defendant interfere with the plaintiff's chattel to such a degree as to warrant damages equaling the fair market value, also written as FMV, of the chattel at the time the conversion took place. Remember, this tort does not just vindicate the chattel owner's right to exclusive control of the chattel. It is intended to compensate him or her for its loss via the tortfeasor's act of conversion. Restatement Second of Torts, Section 222A, Comment C, gives some insight into this. It states that the importance of the distinction between trespass to chattels and conversion lies in the measure of damages. In conversion, the measure of damages is the full value of the chattel at the time and place of the tort's occurrence. And with that, let's take a look at an example to round out our understanding of this tort. Let's return to the law students we first encountered when discussing trespass to chattels, Paula and Diana. Again, let's also imagine that they are both studying at their law school's library at the same table, and after a few hours, Paula gets up to get coffee. Diana, noticing Paula's laptop is now unattended, and as before, she knows that it contains notes far superior to her own, she decides to take the machine to gain access to that information. As in our previous example, Diana has committed the tort of trespass to chattels with regard to Paula's laptop. Here, however, Diana's clumsy attempt to get access to Paula's notes resulted in the computer's hard drive becoming corrupted. So much so that the machine no longer functions. It's now completely useless. Under these facts, Diana has committed the intentional tort of conversion. The laptop is now worthless to Paula as a result of Diana's actions, and because of this interference, because it is so complete, Paula will now be able to seek damages in the amount equal to the fair market value of the laptop at the time her actions destroyed it. As you can see, conversion is not so much a different tort from trespass to chattels, but differs principally in the extent to which the defendant has deprived the plaintiff of her property. Bear in mind that once the defendant has paid the chattel's fair market value to the plaintiff, title to the chattel passes to the tortfeasor. In essence, this is a forced judicial sale. That's it for this lesson. If you found it helpful, give the video a like and subscribe to the channel. Leave some comments below and check back often for more content. As always, thank you for visiting Roman Manor and have a lovely day.